Hello everyone, I want to take some time to show you how to make some cream corn. This cream corn is really good, very fattening. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're on a diet, this is definitely not one of the cream corn recipes you want to go with, but it's delicious, it's very flavorful, and I'm sure you're going to really enjoy it. So stay tuned here. I'm going to go over the ingredients and how to make it as we go through the video. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we've got corn while it's still in its husk. We've shucked the corn, and then you take it to the bowl in order to take the kernels off the cob. My wife's doing that now. So what you want to do is just cut those kernels off just like that, and then you could use the back end of the knife to scrape that out and get the milk off of the cob, as much juice as you possibly can into the bowl. Here's an example. Once you do that to 8 ears of corn, you can have a bowl set aside for your trash, which is great. When she's done with that, you finish that with 8 ears of corn total. There's just 4 there. We've got a few already shucked. We'll go over the rest of the ingredients and show you what we do. As an example, oh, you want to get rid of all the silks as well, as many as you possibly can. You really don't want any silk in there. So here are your ingredients for the cream corn. You've got 1 cup of heavy cream. You've got a half a cup of water, cold water. You've got 1 tablespoon of butter. We've got 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of white all-purpose flour. This is 2 tablespoons of bacon grease. I'll give you a little note on that in a second. And then we've got a half a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And this is fine pepper. Now this bacon grease, a little trick that my wife does, which is very handy. Whenever we make bacon, she saves the grease. She just freezes it, puts it in this little bag, and then throws it right in the freezer, and it keeps for a long time. And when you need bacon grease, whether you're cooking something specific, you just need that bacon grease. It's nice to be able to break off a little bit of that, just cut a piece off, and then throw it right back in the freezer. This stuff is like liquid gold, and let me tell you something, when you need bacon grease, there's nothing better. My wife says it, liquid gold. There it is. Well, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. Hold tight. Okay, so we're going to combine all the ingredients now. You want to take the sugar, you want to take the flour, and then the salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper, mix them in another bowl, whisk them together so they're blended. Once you whisk those together, you want to put those right on into the corn. That corn you've already shucked and peeled off the cob. Mix that all around. Adds a real nice sweetness to the corn. That cayenne just gives it a tiny little bit of kick. Well, not a whole heck of a lot. If you want more heat to it, feel free to add more cayenne to it. All right. Once that's mixed in nicely, you want to go ahead and add the cream. And then the half a cup of cold water. Excellent. You're going to mix that all around. The butter is going to be at the very end. The very, very end. Just before you serve it, you throw that in there. And I'm going to tell you, we don't skimp on the cream, the butter, and the bacon grease. This is definitely not your dietary cream corn. On this side, you want to put the bacon grease in a heated skillet. It's a large skillet. We just went ahead and turned this on, so it's not quite that hot yet, but as it gets hot, it'll start melting. As you can see, it's already doing that now. Let that melt. Once it's melted over, you're going to go ahead and put the cream corn in here and let it cook the remainder of the way. So the bacon heats up. By the way, it's medium-high heat on the skillet until the bacon grease has melted completely. And then you're going to mix in the corn and then turn it down to medium or medium-low and continue stirring until it starts to get more creamy. And then you can cook it for about 30 minutes total. All right, the bacon grease is completely melted. We're going to go ahead and add the cream corn mixture. Oh, that's going to be good. gonna be really good. Just want to stir that around for a little while. It's the next few minutes. I like to keep that on medium-high heat just for a little bit till it gets to temperature, and then you'll turn it down. Don't forget to turn it down. You definitely don't want this to burn. So we'll stir this around for a few more minutes. We'll come back when it's gotten a little bit thicker and creamier, and then we'll let it sit for the remainder of time. We'll come back when it's done. All right, this has been on for about 5 minutes now, maybe not even that, but you can see it's gotten a lot thicker, a lot more creamy. This is exactly what we're looking for. It's slightly bubbling. I've turned the temperature down on my stove. Number 4 is about medium-low. Really good. This is perfect. We're just going to stir this every once in a while and let this continue to cook until it reaches about 25 more minutes on the stove, and then should be good to go. We'll take it off and add the butter. Okay, the cream corn is done cooking. We're just going to add the butter to the cream corn. Just want to stir it around a little bit, let that butter melt in there, and then you can take this, put it in a serving dish, or you can just serve it right out of the skillet. Just so you know, this is not our original recipe. This is an adaptation from a recipe that we really don't even know where we got it from. But we added a couple little things that we felt was a better flavor. The cayenne pepper, we increased the sugar just slightly because the corn wasn't as sweet, depending upon the year too. So you can also add things, if you, like I said earlier, you want more kick to it, you can add jalapeno, you can add more cayenne pepper, more pepper, seasoned to taste. But for sure, this is an unbelievable cream corn. I'm sure it's going to be a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves it that we've ever served it to. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll show a picture of it when it's completed. We're done stirring it and in a serving dish. Okay, I know I said that I would put it in a presentation bowl or put it in some kind of serving dish. I'm not going to do that today. Just want to eat it. But there you have it. Cream corn, homemade, very delicious. Give it a try. I'm sure you're going to love it. Feel free to leave a comment for me in the comment section. Happy to help you out if I can.